Hey everybody, it's the Boss Lady here, coming to you with Talk About It Tuesday. I hope, a great topic to talk about this week. I wanted to do something a little less spiritual, but more just talking about ourselves and just being self-aware, our personalities, and how we interact with other people, whether it be here on YouTube or in our everyday life. I had went to a diversity retreat at work, and we have this retreat every year, and it's an all-day event, so from like 8:30 to about 4 o'clock, and I love it. I've been going ever since I started my company, and for one thing, it's a great way to network and meet new people within the company that you don't really work with, as well as just getting away from your everyday humdrum work. Also, we have a lot of great speakers. And so I have, over the years, I've been with my company, it'll be 14 years next month. And over the years, I've met a lot of great people. I learned a lot. I believe that diversity should be taught in every company, every school, because we all deal with different type of people. We don't just, deal with our own. And so we should know how to talk to one another. We should know how to respect one another. I mean, yes, that's a given, but people don't know. And I've always heard this quote, we were born to love, but we learn to hate. So, but I don't want to spend time on that. I want to talk to you about one of the presenters that we had. And I'm not going to go over verbatim what he talked about, but I want to talk about just a little bit of, what he was discussing. And so it was, it's called a Proactive Living Seminar, and his name is Mitch Carmody. He talked mostly about personalities. And so we end up doing a personality test, and it was let me look here. It was a 50 question test. And I was trying to delay this video so I could give you guys the list and then let you guys be able to go through and do the questions and see, what your letter is or whatever. But I haven't received the questions yet. So I'm going to go ahead and just do this video anyway. But anyway, so the test was called Power Personality Indicator. And I thought, okay, so he asked a bunch of different questions, and they were just yes or no questions. And then after the 50 questions was asked, and we put yes or no, then we had to go back and circle. We had to go back and circle all the yeses. Then he gave us letters to coordinate with each number. And so then we had to tally up what the actual letters were. So, if you had, 15 P's, you put 15 by P, and 10 O's, W-E-R-Y, or E-R. So power is the acronym. So after we went through this test, I'm thinking, okay, what does it mean? Because I've taken a lot of different personality tests with my job, and the one that my job was offering was the Myers-Briggs test, and I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but there's an array of different types of personality tests that you can take, and people take them in their jobs, in their schools, all over. So you don't just have to be working just to take the test. You can take it anytime. You can find them online. And what I'll do, I will list the different personality tests in the description box, the different acronyms, and you can Google them or whatever to, take one. So, like I said, the one that we took was called the Power Personality Indicator, or PPI. And I have my notes, so that's why I'm looking down. So sorry about that. I should have said that in the beginning. But anyway, so we learned that there's 5 personality types. So the first one is Earth, meaning symptomatic or thoughtful or a feeler type of person. The next one is Water, and they are creative, sensitive, effective, wise. The next one is Fire, loving, passionate, leads by example. Then the next one is Meadow, and they are a chronic griever, insecure, hopeless, and then you have wood, and that's the action maker, thinker, planner, doer. And so I'm thinking, okay, but that still didn't tell me what exactly was he getting to with this power test. And so then he gave us the breakdown of power. And what he used as his analogy was the Winnie the Pooh characters. So who is the character that starts with P? Piglet. So Piglet, he is the feeler, highly emotional, the talker, the optimistic. He is an earth type of character. The next one, which would be O, is Owl. So he is wise. He's the thinker, the creator. He is the water type of character. Then we have W, which would be Winnie. He is the dreamer, full of fire. Then we have E, and I was like, oh Lord, don't let me, rank high in this one. But E is Eeyore. He's the procrastinator, the complainer, the pessimist. That's the metal. Then we have R, and that is Rabbit. And Rabbit is the organizer, the doer, and the getter done person. So that's the wood. But there are some other characters that are also in the Winnie the Pooh series. And so I'll get to that in a minute, but let me just go over each person's uniqueness. So every person is different. We all know that. Every culture is different. We know that as well. Every relationship with someone is different. Everyone's personality is different. Everyone's person's social circles are different. Every job responsibility is different. Everyone's skill set is different. Everyone's belief system is different. Everyone's background is different. Every home environment is different. Every education level is different. And every person's ability to communicate is different. So that's what he was trying to get us to understand, that even though you may have a wise person or a getter done or a dreamer or one who's a pessimist, everybody is different, but we can all work together. And as you see, those who have watched the Winnie the Pooh cartoon, they do get along and get along together, even with their differences. So then we moved on to talking about the other characters in the class. And so, of course, he asked, what characters did I leave out? And so, someone said Tigger. Well, Tigger, he's the one, he's a jokester. He's carefree, worry-free. He has no boundaries. Then we have Kanga and Roo. And they are more just collective and just loving. And then we have Christopher Robin. And so the analogy he used for Christopher Robin, I was kind of on the fence. But basically, Christopher Robin was the creator of all these characters. Someone said, okay, you're putting Christopher Robin in the light of being God. I'm not going to say anything about that because, yeah, I was thinking that too. But he was just saying, Christopher Robin, he's the one who is the creator. So then we moved on to just different things throughout the seminar, because his portion of the seminar was at least 2.5 hours long. But then he got to a different part within the seminar, which, he brought it back to the different characters. And so he was saying, creating a personality awareness that gives us the opportunity to know who we're dealing with, whether it's co-workers, whether it's family members, whether it's clients, people on the street. There's sometimes where someone's having a really bad day. That's when you need, Piglet to come along and, do you need a hug or whatever, or you may have someone who is frustrated. They have work piled on their desk. They don't know what to do. That's when Rabbit might come along and say, you know what? I'll help you. Let's get it done. I don't want to hear about the whining or whatever. Let's just get it done. And so, we all have different walks of life. I had posted on Instagram a couple of days ago about my work-life balance and how I was kind of going all different directions. But yet and still I'm still doing what I need to do. I have my health, my job, my family, different things, different roles and avenues that I'm facing every day. But, I'm just taking it one step at a time, and with God's help, I'm going to make it. So, I would like to leave you with this, a few different quotes here. One is, man never made any material as resilient as the human spirit. I would like to flip that and say God, yes, has never made any material as resilient as the human spirit. Okay? So as you're going through your everyday life, be your Winnie. Be your Piglet. Use your Piglet abilities. Depend on your owl abilities. Express your Eeyore. Everybody needs to express. I think we've come into a time in our lives where in society, nobody wants to hear Eeyore's complaint, or Eeyore, he's going through some things. Nobody wants to hear that. They just, okay, well, whatever, let me go. But sometimes people need to express themselves. People need to be able to say, you know what, I'm feeling bad today, and it's okay, and that's when Piglet will come along and, give you a hug. Excuse me. Energize your inner rabbit. I use my rabbit every day, and actually, I'll tell you my scores at the end. Be fearless and authentic. That's Tigger right there. And expect joy. That's Kanga and Rue. They're always expecting joy and happiness and everything. My letters for power, Power, I ranked very low in Piglet, which I thought was odd. Well, actually, Piglet and Owl, I ranked a number 6. So, I was like, okay. And then Winnie and Eeyore, I ranked a number 8. And I was like, ooh, because when I saw Eeyore's score, I was like, But then my letter R, I ranked a number 9, which is Rabbit. And I am a get her done person. And I think a lot of moms are. I mean, everybody has their own, Winnie, Piglet, Owl, Eeyore situations. But for a lot of us moms who do a lot, or wives and things, yes, more than likely you're a rabbit. I know for me, my husband is a Tigger. He's definitely a Tigger. Miss Pina is a Piglet. I can see that with her. Baby girl, she's a rabbit like her mom. So we all have different personalities, traits, but as a collective family, we make it work. For me, working and being a mom, being a wife, I am leaned on a lot as far as, the things that I need to do, or not so much need to do, but folks want me to do. And so that's where my rabbit just kicks in. I think in my younger years, prior to kids, when I was just a kid, I was probably more of a Piglet. But, once I had baby girl, I'm like, okay, I'm a single mom. I got to do what I got to do, whether it's work, go to school, make sure she has this, that, those, and the fifth, that's just, what it was. So, and that's just how my life just transpired going forward. So, I don't reject my rabbit. I really don't. I know there are days that I do have a Eeyore personality trait that just kind of comes to the forefront, and I try to keep Eeyore under wraps. I try. But everybody gets a down day, I do try to be like Kanga and Rue and find joy in everything. Because I just think that's just, how the world goes round. So, as you go out into your everyday lives, start thinking about it. If you are a working mom outside of the home, when you're encountering different coworkers and even bosses, kind of think about how they're reacting to you and how you're reacting to them. And is that an Eeyore sensation, a Piglet, an Owl, and just see for yourself, just see how, and then you can just kind of think back, and you can kind of chuckle too, because as we were finishing up with the seminar, it was funny how people I didn't know, I could kind of pick out their personality trait just by listening to the seminar and going through it. And it just helps, be able to make your day better. Because I know for me, since I am a rabbit, I'm just all about let's get it done. And there's some people who they need kitten gloves, you know, they need to be their ego stroked or whatever. I don't know. I'm just not that one. I'm not one who will, you know, deal with all of that. So I'm just like, for real. But now it just, this seminar opened my eyes so that I'm able to be a better person, you know, and not just with coworkers, but just with different nationalities, different races, different cultures. I know there's cultures that I deal with daily that I don't understand. And, you know, the dominance between the man and the woman, I don't understand that. I'm a strong woman, you know, and sometimes that's a help and sometimes it's a hindrance for me, even in my own job. You know, I was told I'm too strong, and I'm just like, really? I can't change who I am, but I can modify it. And that's not changing. It's just, okay, let me scale it back. You know, in this environment, I can't be so strong, but I'm not going to show weakness, if that makes sense. I won't be so abrupt, if that makes sense. So, but yeah, so this seminar, it was very great. I loved it. The guy was so good. And I mean, you know, we got up, we talked, we interacted with different people, and it was nice. And, you know, and the one thing about the seminar, the whole retreat, you know, it was all different nationalities. There was all different colors and creeds and races and things. You know, there was black, white, Somali, Asian, whatever, all in the same room. You know, there was heterosexual and homosexual in the same room. You know, there was people with disabilities and people without disabilities in the same room, and we were getting along, you know. And if you can take 30 people and do that, I'm sure you can do that throughout this world. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to end you with that. And I hope you have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this Talk About It Tuesday. And I'll see you all in a new video. Bye-bye.